And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Thursday, October 21st. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome on a Thursday. A few drops of rain have been falling out there. Not the sun shining like it's been the other 3 mornings so far this week, the work week anyway. But we're glad to have you with us and glad to be on the air for Bates Ford, 1673 West Main, the dealer that'll trade for anything it don't eat. We got Paul, we got Ronnie here today. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Paul, how are you?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Glad to be here. I'm glad to see you because it's probably been, well, no, it would have been 3 weeks ago I saw you.
Yeah, it was. We had some,
and I'd been gone for 2.
Yeah, you were on special assignment. Yeah. We had Mr. Hale and Judge here, so we survived. Me and Ronnie kept kicking along.
Well, Ronnie, how about you? You still selling?
Still selling cars. Everything is going good. I'm just glad to see you back.
Well, thank you. What about the cars? We've talked about the shortage, and especially of new ones, and you've worked on it, and you've had some to come in, and catch us up to date.
It's not getting any better. Yeah, it's actually, we're worse right now. We got less.
One thing I like about you tell it like
well, we got less inventory right now, but the thing about it that's so crazy is we got 12 salesmen that every time that we get a truck shows up, it's like everybody perks up and runs out and sees what we're getting. Yesterday, we got a couple of F-150s, and we did get 2 of the Mach-E Mustangs. That's the fully electric Mustang vehicles. So we got one of them that was already pre-sold. We got a F-150 yesterday that was pre-sold, but we are getting some new inventory, but we're buying cars off the streets like crazy. I bought an Edge from a local business owner here that her daughter actually sold it to me. She bought new from Ronnie. It was a 16 Edge with 60,000 miles, brand new Michelin tires. The car's like brand new. So, we're doing a pretty good job of keeping our used inventory, and hopefully Ford will help us with our new eventually. But what I'm hearing is it's going to be not just Ford, Chevy. The Nissan plant was shut down. The one in the Chevy plant that was in Spring Hill was shut down. What I'm hearing is it's probably going to be another year before everything gets kind of the inventory. We used to keep 100 new cars, and now we got 6.
Yeah. Well, Paul, of course, is dealer operations manager, but Ronnie, your income, I guess, pretty much depends on whether you're selling or not. What's this done to you?
Yeah, well, so far, like Paul said, we're not getting the inventory in, but, we're still staying up there pretty good for it right now, but it's starting to kind of get down a little bit. But on like last Friday, Paul purchased another truck. It was an 18 model F-150 with about 17,000 miles. That's what's keeping us moving. When people bring those vehicles in and sell them back to us, and we have something to sell. And right now, I had 2 or 3 customers that came down. I told her to come on Saturday, and she said, I don't know if I can get there on Saturday. So she came on Monday. When she came on Monday, the car was gone. And I told her that, and I'm this is insurance. I got a lot of customers that had wrecks, accidents, and we just don't have a vehicle for them right now. So we're pleading with the people. If you have anything that you want to turn into cash, if you bring the Bates Ford, we'll definitely put a number on it.
I take it that any good used vehicle is worth more now, maybe than it's been.
It's unbelievable. I mean, there's people. It is unbelievable what the market value's done. And, I always say, too, if you owe money on it, that's not an issue, because if you'll bring it down there, what we'll do is we'll find out who the lien holder is, and we'll send them the check for what you owe and give you the difference. Now, I've done that probably 50 times. So, we're actively pursuing buying vehicles, and, we've luckily kept our used car inventory in really good shape, even though the new is not where I want it to be. But, we're just kicking along, like I said. But people are very surprised if they bring their vehicle in, what the market value is and what they're getting for them.
Yeah, well, it's just if you don't need it, and even thinking about selling it, it sounds like now is the time to do it.
Well, and I'll just go on and say, Miss Markham, who had the shoe store on the square, her daughter, she had gotten some dementia and hadn't been driving, and her daughter called me and said, hey, she bought this new from Ronnie. She actually lost her keys, and I had it in there, keys. She goes, we're thinking about getting rid of it. Well, when I told her what I'd give her for it, she was like, "Oh, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so, and I mean, it's a nice ride. I mean, it's like brand new, but people are very surprised at what the market's doing right now.
And you want to bring them in, don't you?
Right, because the market is it's like the guy that he bought the truck from. I know it's sad to say, but $200. We gave him what he gave for $200 less. And that's saying something. So
All
if
right,
you got anything,
need to mention cheapest oil change in town.
Yeah, I have several people come in and talk about that. I call it my Coleman Walker special. So $24.95 up to 5 quarts, and I tell them they got to ask for it. I don't just give it. Normally our oil change is $28.95, and when you ask for it, we do it for $24. Right now, Ford's got a great deal on tires. There's several rebates. You can also batteries. I had several customers come in. Battery $134.95, 100-month warranty, and like I say, on most vehicles, we generally put them in for free.
All right, all of this at 1673 West Main, Bates Ford, the dealer and trade for anything you don't eat. And Paul, I wish you well on your football picks.
Yeah, I might need a little help. I'm not quite doing as good
And
this
Ronnie,
year.
keep on selling.
we're going to keep doing it.
See y'all next Thursday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, we're about 10 minutes after the hour, and we've got Mayor Rick Bell, who is joining us, along with a few others this morning, Jeff Baines, and a couple of new people for the city of Lebanon, relatively new anyway. And we're going to get to meet them all here this morning. And Jeff, you're probably going to have to share the mic, you two over here. And I believe there's another chair that can be pulled up here for you, Margaret. And we actually have a mic for you, one and the mayor. But that's the extent of it this morning. Of course, we're still improvising too. Well, Jeff, you're the one that I look to provide me somebody on this particular Thursday of the month. So good morning to you.
Morning, Coleman.
And you are still the Commissioner of Public Services, or Public Service Commissioner, whichever way you want to say it.
Whatever you want to call it is fine with me.
And Mayor, good morning to you.
Good morning. I enjoyed yesterday so much, I thought I'd come back.
Well, I think there's a special reason for you to be here today, and there's a special reason for Jeff, of course. And we have 2 new people. The city has just employed really new hires.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's over the past couple of weeks we made 2 important hires at the city, and both people are here today, and we want to introduce them to the community and be on your show is the best way to do that. We have Chad Mueller. Yeah, we have Chad Mueller. He's he operates our gas department, and so he's been here a couple of weeks. And we also have Margaret Washko, and Margaret Washko is our utilities director, and that's actually a new position for the city of Lebanon.
Okay, well, how about ladies first?
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good. Margaret, if Margaret Washko, is that right?
Yes.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. You've only been here for 2 weeks. Where were you before Lebanon?
Before Lebanon, I was working for United South and Eastern Tribes and supporting tribal nations from Maine.
What attracted you to this position? Wait a minute. I've got a. That's my bad. Okay, start over again. That was fine.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Margaret Washko, and I'm the new utilities director for the city of Lebanon. And
Okay, what brought you here, really?
it's very exciting to me that the city is developing a utilities department. And I've worked in utilities for over 30 years, and to lay out the strategies and to design a department was very exciting to me.
Well, according to the information that Jeff has provided me, that you're going to be managing the water, the plant distribution system, the wastewater, which is the plant and sewer collection system, and the natural gas distribution system and sanitation departments. That sounds like a lot.
Yep. A bunch of very capable city employees and managers are in place, and we'll work together to optimize and streamline and develop a new department together.
Well, what's the first 2 weeks been like?
It's been a bit of a whirlwind, a lot of fun meeting all the employees, had some morning meetings and was introduced to everyone, and met the city council this week, met the planning commission, had my first customer call Took a couple of a manager with me, a couple managers, and resolved a customer issue. And we think we'll have an emphasis for the community to be safe around our sanitation trucks while they're picking up the trash. We think that's a program that you'll see rolling out to ask the community to be very careful around our drivers.
You seem to have quite a bit of responsibility here. Is it a little daunting, really, or you feel like you're up to it, been there, done that, or how big a challenge? I guess that's what I should say. How big a challenge is this?
It's a growing community, and in growing communities, there's always growing pains. And utilities, sometimes, they have to keep up with that growth. So it's very exciting, though. I've had the opportunity to be in growing communities before and build new facilities and strategically plan how that will look.
Yeah.
So it's daunting and exciting. Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit of both.
Okay. All right. It's time for us to take a break. We're going to meet Chad Muller when we come back. But now it is time for a break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota. They have Exmark, large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. #1 selling brand, bought 2-to-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's on the increase where you would expect coming down I-40 right now through Mount Juliet. All that heavy traffic flow continues in from Rutherford County on 24 up through the Hickory Hollow area. Still finishing up a minor wreck 24 westbound between Bell Road and Haywood Lane. Just heavy traffic where you would expect down Vietnam Vets, and also I-40 East coming in through Kingston Springs. Gatlinburg Wine Cellar is home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Log on today, GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Hey, TP.
Yeah, JB?
You ready?
For Friday Night Lights, you better believe it. Join us on the Fakes and Hooker Scoreboard Show every Friday night after the Lebanon High football game. We'll have all the scores for you and even post-game interviews with all of your Wilson County coaches.
Thank you to our sponsors, Designers Carpet, Fakes and Hooker, Lebanon Appliance, Palometto's Insurance, Sammy B's Restaurant, and Kenny Salas and the hometown team with Keller Williams Realty.
It's the Fakes and Hooker Scoreboard Show with John Boyce and Trenton Perry, right here on WANT 98.9 FM.
Hi, everybody. This is Tommy Bryan, and along with my color commentator, Bob Lee, we'll be bringing you Cumberland University football right here on WANT and WCOR. Saturday, October 23rd, Cumberland will host Bethel University. Cumberland football right here on WANT and WCOR Lebanon.
Coleman and Company, it's a Thursday morning, and Jeff Baines is with us. Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell is with us. We have the new Utilities Director, Margaret Washko, we just talked with. Now the Gas Systems Manager, Chad Muller. And Chad, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
Welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Now, you're the new Gas System Manager, and you're taking over, succeeding Jerry Snodgrass, who died in February. And we were just talking about Jerry and his expertise, really. Did you know him?
No, I did not. I'm coming from California, so I
I'm
never got the
sorry.
privilege. I never got the privilege to meet Jerry. But I've heard story after story, and I know it's I'm filling some big shoes.
Well, coming from California, I gotta.
You got to dig.
Do you like the scenery here?
I do. How long have you actually been? I've been out here about a month and a half.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
right.
You came directly from California to here,
pretty much, yeah,
and took over the gas department.
Yes, I did.
Well,
yeah, I'd been out, before to interview, so and got to meet some people and just found it to be a good fit, both on both sides, so yeah.
Well, is the gas department in pretty good shape as you take it over?
It is. It is. Jerry left it in great shape. We got a bunch of good guys and gals down there, hardworking. I think not, as far as managerial, not a lot to deal with. It's been a great department. I've looked back at records, and no problems, no issues. So we're just moving forward and getting ready for the growth. We're seeing a lot of growth. I've calculated some numbers, and just to see the amount of new pipe that's been put in the ground in the last couple of years, it's impressive with what a small group has done. But once that's done, now you got the maintenance of it all. So so that department, I see it growing in the near future.
Have you had quite a bit of experience in this, or is this something kind of new for you?
No, I'm coming from 23 years of gas industry with Southern California Gas Company, and I started it in the trenches, putting pipe in the ground, worked my way up, and got into the engineering and planning department. And so
that experience, I would think, has to enhance your ability to be a good manager of the gas department. Knowing what it's like in the trenches,
right?
As you say.
Definitely. I always say I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. I've pretty much been in every department within a gas system. So it's really helped. And so
what's the future look like as far as gas goes? Do we have plenty? What about the price? And you got to be concerned with the price all
definitely.
The time. What's the next 5 years? Maybe
we from what I've seen, we have plenty of gas. There is some, right now there's some shortages in some areas, but it's all getting shored up, I think, and outside of our control. But it has caused prices recently to fluctuate. They're a little higher than average, but I see them starting to slowly get back to normal. It'll take some time. It's going to be a tough winter, I think, to get through that with the gas prices where they are. We're not used to it, but I don't think it's a long term.
As far as staffing, you have an adequate staff from your viewpoint. Are you wanting more involved?
I want more. Because when you have an aging staff, not a lot more.
Coleman, everybody always wants more, but he has to work through Margaret to get that. So she and I will discuss these things.
My perception, and this is just me, but my perception of the gas department has been that it's been a pretty well-defined outfit, well-run and well-managed, and that have some pretty good people there working. Would you agree with that?
100%. Yeah, 100%. The way Jerry left it made me coming in a lot easier, I can say. I know some people, when a manager, leaves, sometimes it's a mess, but not having to come in to fix any problems. We're rolling. We're nothing stops.
Well, what you said this winter may be a little rough. You're talking about the price.
With the prices, yeah, I would say. I mean, people can expect to see a little bit higher than the normal, winter prices, and unless we get this warm weather holds, and but like again, and that could help stabilize it, but.
Well, as the manager, if the prices go higher, does that mean you're doing better? Or?
Well, yeah, I mean that's it does, but we purchase the gas, so we don't really roll on any higher prices to the customer. Yeah, so as far as that goes,
let me add there. Our margin's the same.
So right, our margin's always the same.
Right. Okay.
The cost of gas plus our margin's the same.
One other thing, we'll get back to Margaret and the mayor maybe, but well, I'll be honest, I lost my train of thought. I had a good question for you. The growth. We're dealing with a lot of growth. How does that affect you? I mean, you get having people to be added on all the time.
Right. I mean, we've been stable, like I said, for quite a while. You drive around, you see all the new subdivisions, and so we're keeping up. And but operations maintenance, that's the next phase. So once we get more pipe in the ground, there's more to maintain, more inspections, more. Right now we're doing a leak survey of the town. So if you see strange looking trucks driving around, with monitoring equipment on it. That's what they're doing. They're driving and doing leak survey on our lines. So, with that, more pipe, more leak survey, more infrastructure to maintain.
All right. Well, Chad Muller, thanks for being with us this morning, and we welcome you as the gas system manager, and hope you do well, and I'm sure you will.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, back to Margaret and the mayor here. Now, Margaret, he actually is working directly under you. Is that right?
Yes.
So you've had 2 weeks to get acquainted with him, I guess.
Yes.
Well, is everything satisfactory? So
That's a good question. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks to our wonderful staff that are serving the city for so long.
well, actually, I think in your position, you are going to be responsible for some things that Jeff has been overseeing. Jeff, you've had your finger in the pie so long, and everything seems to have gotten bigger. I guess maybe you're going to share a little your responsibilities here now, and the load might be a little bit lighter. Is that possible?
I'm glad he's sharing, Coleman, and we're working together great so far, and we'll work together great all along the way. But yes, as y'all talked about earlier, when I came to work, there's probably 25,000 people. Now we're 40,000 people.
Yeah.
We discussed this change about 4 years ago. Mayor was on the council at that time, but it's just time. It's time to make that move and put some G's out here. And it'll give me time to focus more on things like drainage, the stormwater, all the planning and growth engineers are part of my job. So it'll be good for the city going forward, I think, too.
Well, Mayor, I have an idea. You're a hands-on mayor. You must have initiated this or had a lot to do with it.
I did. When I first became mayor, this is something I sat down with Jeff and talked about. As he said, when I was on council, it was discussed then and didn't happen. And I just felt like with the growth, Jeff's done a great job for a long, long time. But there's a lot now, and I just felt like that. It's big enough now that we need a utility director, and of course Margaret, she reports directly to me just like Jeff does, and this is something that we can provide focus. As Jeff just said, he can focus more on stormwater and drainage and planning and engineering and airport, and there's so many things under Jeff, and now Margaret, she can focus more on the utilities and really start getting that streamlined and moving forward, because we're doing everything we can to manage growth, but we are going to grow in the region we're in, and both departments are just going to get bigger, so we need to make this move.
Well, this is one of the dealings with growth that you talked about, I guess, in your campaign, and that you've been dealing with as mayor, and sometimes moves like this are a great improvement.
It is, and and as everybody has said, we have a lot of great people working for the city, and Margaret and Chad both, I feel like, are stepping into really great positions. So it's and I know they're good quality people too, and they're going to fit right in, and we're going to keep moving forward. And Jeff, he's, of course, everybody knows Jeff, and he's been doing it for a long, long time, and he's going to continue. I hope he stays a long, long time. Jeff, I laugh. Everybody told I met with Mayor Fox the other day, and he told me that they actually had to pass an ordinance one time to make Jeff take his wife on vacation. Well, since I become mayor, he's been on vacation 4 times. So I don't know what that means, but what that means is I've hired Margaret.
Well, let me get back to Margaret for a second here, Margaret Washko. Growth, you are certainly aware of how we're growing here in Middle Tennessee, and especially the Lebanon area growth, something has to deal with. It's probably part of the reason this position's even been created for you. What's your perspective of the next 5 years and growth and dealing with that?
I think over the next 5 years, we as a team, with Jeff included, we're going to be looking at what does a sustainable city of Lebanon look like? What are we going to leave our children so that the next generation has the wonderful utilities that we have had, that they have plenty of water, the gas flows, the wastewater goes away without concern, and that the environment's protected and that people are protected. It's a beautiful thing when you can turn on water and wash your hands during a pandemic. And we don't ever want to get behind, and we'll understand our water model very well and make sure the pressures are where they need to be, understand our gas model, and that we have plenty of flow. And so that's kind of, we're looking at what is the long term, what can this generation leave for the next generation as we move forward. So you'll hear.
All right, I just want to insert one thing. I think I've actually lived in Lebanon, so I've been a citizen of Lebanon since 1960, which would be about 61 years, and we've always had garbage pickup as part of what we pay our property taxes for. And if I can put in a good word here, don't change that.
Coleman, that will continue. Don't worry.
What?
That will continue. Don't worry.
Well, I'm trying to be funny here and make a point and say it's been good to have all four of you with us today, and certainly good to meet you, Margaret and Chad, and we wish you well in your new endeavors, and they are new, 2 weeks and a month, something like that. Jeff, a little bit less load for you, but keep up the good work. And Mayor, it's good to see you 2 days in a row.
Absolutely. Good to see you too.
That is part one of Coleman and Jeff, were you going to say something?
Oh, you saw from yesterday. Y'all talked about yesterday on the radio. The bridges.
Oh, the bridges.
West Gay Street, Woodside Drive, Leva Pike over Barton's Creek, Westland over Barton's Creek, North Hamlin Avenue, Martha Leva Road, Newby Street, downtown, Hickory Ridge Road over Barton's Creek. Those are being looked at for improvements.
All right. We fulfill the mayor's promise.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Thank you all a lot. That's part one of Coleman and Company. Keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford. Give $50 off, $250 repair offer to owners of 4 to 10-year-old Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicles. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's pretty slow go because people are rubbernecking as they drive by this crash on 24 westbound at Bell Road. Behind it, you got all that traffic trying to push in from Rutherford County into Davidson County. Again, it's struggling pretty good if you're out in Murfreesboro right now. Headed towards Nashville, allow yourself a little bit of extra time. Hey, Gatlinburg Wine Cellar, home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Log on today, GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford, and with football season kicking off, so is the great deals with Bates Ford. We've got the Works vehicle package for the low price of $49.95, which includes a tire rotation and an oil change. We also got the cheapest batteries in town for $134.95 installed on most vehicles. And on the vehicle sales sides, we got some great deals. Always looking to buy vehicles. If you got something to sell, bring it to Bates Ford for a cash offer. That's Bates Ford, 1673 West Main Street.
A few showers and even a few rumbles of thunder are in the forecast today. Highs today will top out in the mid-70s. On Friday, nothing to slow you down in the weather department. We'll have sunny skies and temperatures in the low 70s. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's Look at Your Forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
All right, we continue here on a Thursday morning. Welcome to part two of Coleman and Company. Thursdays, we talk about the Pavilion Senior Living and Heather Sadler-Gallagher, who is the marketing director, and I think continuing to be the administrator for the Pavilion, is on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Actually, a lot better than I was a couple of weeks ago. And
I know you sound so much better.
Well, thank you. I am glad to hear your voice this morning and get an update on what's happening at the Pavilion over on Medical Center Drive.
Well, we are still chugging along at everyday life for our residents at the Pavilion, and we have, I kind of say, news is kind of good news sometimes, and we've kind of just been able to still continue things as normal as can be. So we're still no COVID and still taking all our precautions, and we're still allowing families to come in and visit. So right now we're doing pretty good. We are still full, and we're adding people to our wait list every day, which is a good thing for us. And sometimes I always say may not be the best for other people. I had somebody yesterday needing assisted living a little quicker than what we could give them, but I think that just says what the need is in Wilson County and what we provide. And we're not just a facility; we're a community, and we're a community of friends and family, and friends that become family. So,
well, the fact that you are full and have a waiting list, I guess, says volumes about what's going on there.
Well, it says volumes about our staff, and I have a really, really good team of nurses and techs and activity directors and cooks and aides, and the list could go on because housekeeping. We've just got a really good team that cares for seniors, and this chapter of their lives is a little different than the rest of the chapters. So we're honored to be a part of that for our residents.
Well, let me ask you this. I hope this is not too much out of left field or whatever, but we've had a number of places where people are hiring. They've got their hiring signs out and this sort of thing. Has that been much of a problem for you? You stay pretty fully staffed, or you looking for people?
Well, you're always looking for people, is what I say. I'm very, very, very lucky that we are fully staffed now. We have had some challenges this past year. I think our industry has been hit so hard with COVID and COVID mandates that they're kind of the unsung hero in all of this. That there was no 6 feet distancing when you're helping a senior take a bath. Or they really have been hit hard. So industry wide, yes, we are suffering. My community right now is not, but we're always hiring, and we're trying to get creative on schedules. And if we need to work around, parent schedules that have little ones at school, or if we need to work around a husband's schedule, we've gotten pretty creative in that. And so I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I am so fully staffed. But our industry been hit pretty hard with it.
Well, you've had to deal with COVID, of course, but you doing visitation? Have you relaxed a little more, or where are you along?
So in our assisted living community, we allow people to come and go and visit their loved ones or friends, but we just allow it to do in their rooms, not necessarily in a community room. And we're still not letting families come in and eat with everybody, just because that's kind of their space, and I try not to put anybody else in that space. But we ask you to wear a mask when you're through the building, and then that's pretty much standard protocol for us. Now for our rehab building, it's completely different. And I try to explain that to everybody that the rehab and the skilled nursing facilities across the nation, they are governed under Medicare guidelines, which are federal guidelines, not state guidelines. So kind of when they do a federal guideline, it's a blanket for all, versus state by state, they kind of can change a little bit. So our rehab building, as long as the numbers are under a certain percentage for that county, they can have visits. They are still in a room that's dedicated for visits. They still are they're scheduled, and they're only like 20 minutes, I think, at a time. Masks. So they're a whole lot stricter. But in all respect, skilled nursing facilities have the highest acute patient, and so they're just trying to keep them safe. So we have two different communities on that campus with two different sets of rules, and sometimes we have to explain that to families, and we'll be glad to. But that's why they're different when you visit. Let's say you want to visit your aunt in one community and your mother in another community, and they're different, and that's why.
All right, good explanation. Well, thanks for being with us this morning. We'll remind everybody, of course, you're at 1409 Medical Center Drive, just north of Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. You can reach Heather, 615-444-5556. And remember that website, www.thepavilionseniorliving.com. Thanks a lot. We'll talk again next week.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.
Okay. Heather Sadler-Gallagher with the Pavilion Senior Living here in Lebanon. We're about 21 before the hour. And I have invited Melanie Mentor, the President, CEO of Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, to be with us this morning. And she's brought some guests. And Melanie, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
It is nice to see you today.
It's great to see you today.
And I see you're wearing your Tennessee shirt today.
I knew you were going to say something. If it were Vanderbilt, you would have definitely said something. But the fact that it is Tennessee, a little controversy last week, but a great game for sure.
Well, I did notice.
Okay, good.
You've got a couple of gentlemen today that you have brought, and I don't know what all we're going to talk about. I got some ideas, but I kind of leave it up to you as to what you want to focus on. But get us started.
I definitely want to. I would call these my friends, but also my colleagues. I have here today with me our chair-elect and vice chairperson of education division, Kurt Baker. And I also have with me today Scott Benson with LSSD Schools, so Lebanon Special School District.
Well, we've got two gentlemen here who are experts in their field, and with the chamber too, I'm sure.
That's exactly right. That's why I brought them with me. So,
well, where do you want to start?
Today we are going to talk about the taste of Wilson County. I mean, I know that's no surprise to you. We've talked to you about it a couple of times, but it is tonight. We're super excited. The weather turned. I actually was texting Kurt last night, just hoping that the weather was going to turn on us, and we said a few prayers, and it's looking really good right now. So
these text messages I'm talking about are very lengthy. So he was really concerned about the weather, but it looks like it's going to turn out fine.
So support education tonight. It begins at 5:30, 5:30 to 8. It will be on the Wilson Bank and Trust West Lawn, 623 North Castle Heights Avenue. Tonight is benefiting, of course, the organizers' teacher grant programs that we do, the Books from Birth program, Tennessee Scholars Program, and other scholarships. But it is our primary fundraiser for all of these education programs. So we're really excited about it being outside tonight. It is an outdoor event. We have food and marketplace vendors. I'll go over those momentarily, but really excited about our culinary challenge tonight, which is Lebanon High School versus Wilson Central High School. Hopefully Green Hill will make it next year, but they have a battle off tonight because I think Lebanon won the first year, and then Wilson Central won last year. And then they also have a spirit round. So that's a lot of fun. We're really excited about that part tonight.
Well, one of the things I'm wondering about, do you have any limit on the number of tickets that can be sold? I mean, you're out in the open. I take it.
Absolutely not.
All right.
Absolutely not. Anybody can come visit.
Yeah, those tickets can be purchased at www.tasteofwilsoncounty.com. But you can also stop by any Wilson Bank and Trust Wilson County location, only the locations inside Wilson County, and see a teller, and they have tickets there on site. And if you just kind of want to see how the day goes and show up this evening at 5:30 and purchase a ticket, we'll have them at the door as well.
Okay, well, you can't beat that.
No problem with tickets.
No, we've got them for sale. There's several different levels of tickets. Of course, like Melanie said, this benefits education. So educators get in for $15. Mm-hmm. Children ages 6 to 11 get in for $8, and then if you're 5 and under, you get in free. So what we have for adults is typical ticket. General admission is $25, but we also have a VIP ticket, which allows you access to Cumberland University's VIP tent with a private musician, private chef, and a place for you to sit down and enjoy your meal over there. Rusty Richardson's really excited about that tonight, and they always do a good job sponsoring that. So several different levels of tickets.
And Latin is a higher.
It is a higher ticket, a higher price ticket. It's $35 for that ticket.
Much higher.
No, but it's a great, neat little atmosphere to sit down, enjoy some live music right there in front of you. And again, they have a private chef inside that tent with a little bit different cuisine than what you can get on grounds as well.
Well, I think having this out in the open course, as long as it doesn't rain, it's a great idea. And those people who might be concerned about being indoors because of COVID and this sort of thing, maybe the fears are lessened to being on the outside.
And that was the decision that was made earlier in the year. We decided we wanted to kind of take it back to the outside because we have had it inside lately. But especially one of the things that's going to be really cool about tonight, and we have lights, all different kind of lights. So we've really spiced it up a little bit this time, but you'll be able to watch the culinary challenge and the grill off, dignitary grill off tonight, almost from anywhere. I mean, I'm just going to say it's going to be awesome because before you usually separate a little bit, but this time you're going to be able to kind of walk in and see everything happening at once.
Well, I know Mayor Bell expressed his concern yesterday when he was on. This is new for him, I think, and we'll see how he stacks up.
We'll see how he stacks up tonight. We will have State Representative District 46 Clark Boyd. We will have County Mayor Randall Hutto. We will have City Mayor Rick Bale. We will have Mount Juliet City Manager Kenny Martin, Jeff Luttrell, Wilson County Schools, and Mr. Scott Benson, Lebanon Special School District.
Oh, who is with us this morning?
Who is with us this
Are we
morning?
ready to let him have a word?
He can start.
We got to take a break pretty quick.
That's right.
But Scott, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Coleman. Glad to be here. I'm enjoying playing third fiddle here on the radio this morning.
Well, third fiddle is better than none at all.
There you go. There you go.
This is a fundraiser that has meaning to you.
Absolutely. It's sports education in our community, and we're so grateful to the Chamber, and we've partnered with the Chamber for many years in the school district, but it goes right back into education, like Kurt just stated, and Melanie as well, with teacher grants especially, and our teachers love teacher grants, getting resources and materials for their students in the classroom.
Well,
so
really,
absolutely.
there are times, and maybe more times than not, that it is a gift that keeps on giving. I mean, sometimes it's not just going to benefit children in 1 or 2 school years, sometimes 10 or 12. Perhaps.
We have teacher grants that are still alive from 20 plus years ago. Absolutely. That is correct.
Okay, let's take our break right here. Melanie Mentor, Kurt Baker, Scott Benson are with us this morning here on Coleman and Company FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. It's $49.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal. Tire rotation safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. This wreck out here has got traffic extra slow on 24 westbound at Bell Road. That's delayed. A lot of people coming in now from Rutherford County through this section of Davidson County on 24 westbound. Again, once you get past Bell Road, it does pick back up. Heavy traffic now through Mount Juliet, right on schedule. I-40 going westbound towards Nashville. Oktoberfest at Ober-Gatlinburg going on now through the end of the month. You still got time. Check it out at obergatlinburg.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tommy Bryan. Join me, Bob Lee, Terry Stafford, and Joe Gardner as we bring you Lebanon High football live every Friday night right here on WANT and WCOR throughout this 2021 season. The Blue Devils entertain the Gallatin Green Wave Friday, October 22nd. Don't forget Blue Devil football on WANT WCOR Lebanon.
It's your first day in business, a new space, real investors, and butterflies the size of dinner plates. For peace of mind, protect your dream and call THW Insurance. Local folks representing quality companies like Westfield Insurance. Whether your business is large or small, contact Lori Carter at 615-443-6530 or stop in and see her at Wilson Bank and Trust, 1476 North Mount Juliet Road.
A loaded offense.
Tannehill with the finger roll. Arthur, Juan, Brown carrying them.
A 2,000-yard king.
Derrick Henry to Peter.
And now, Julio Jones.
Touchdown, Titans.
Brought to you by Fakes and Hooker, Bates Ford, Steve Mall Plumbing, the Jewelers, and the City of Lebanon Gas and Tennessee 811. Call before you dig.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
Coleman and Company, we're having fun here on a Thursday morning. Melanie Mentor with the Lebanon and Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO to be exact. Kurt Baker's here. Kurt, you're on this committee, chairman of
Yes, sir. I feel like I've kind of grown up in the chamber, been a part of it for over 15 years now, and sports council was always my thing. I'm a sports guy. But Wilson Bank & Trust, being passionate about education and a long history of folks like, John McDearman, Scott Jasper, Alan Ricketts, Tom Hines, those guys in education, it was kind of a natural fit for me, and I've been doing it for 3 years now. And it's been really cool because, my daughter started kindergarten last year. She's in Scott Benson's Lebanon Special School District. So it's just kind of been cool to learn the ins and outs. And, seeing her go in school just makes me even want to, support education even more, because I do see the teachers that, there's needs there for their classrooms.
Okay, well, we're going to get back over to Scott Benson. He didn't get to say all he needed to say before he went to the break. But, of course, the taste for Wilson, it benefits the teachers' grants. And I would say that over the years, your teachers in the special school districts have probably gotten their share of grants that have been given.
Absolutely, we have. That's always an exciting time to go to the event where they actually give out the teacher grants. Our teachers enjoy doing that, but especially the benefiting the classroom, and that's what it's all about. Benefiting the teachers and the students at that level.
There was a period of time several years ago when maybe even once a month I would have a teacher or a couple of teachers out here from whomever had received grants all over the county, and they were so appreciative. But I was impressed, especially with some of them, some ideas that teachers came up with. We had this, we could have this and enhance this particular part of what we're teaching here. And I know you've seen that over and over.
Oh, yeah. And teachers are so creative and flexible and going with the flow. And, the teacher grants, Kurt, typically $500 right around there. Is that correct?
Yes, $599.
$599, I knew it was close. And in the big picture of things, that's not a large amount of money, but it will provide a lot of supplies in the classroom and a lot of materials in the classroom where teachers can take that extra step and give students hands-on experiences and learning experiences, quite frankly, that they wouldn't have without the chamber and teacher grants.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who started this, but I think it's an idea, and the idea has grown. It's been enhanced, and you're probably able to do more than you did in the beginning. Of course, you wouldn't know. You wasn't around then.
I wasn't around. When I was in first and second grade, I was learning 2 + 2, and go out to these classrooms and see what these teachers are buying with the grant money. It's amazing what these students are learning. Kindergarten all the way through even senior year in high school. Forensics in high school for now. That was never even a thought when I was there. But also a cool thing, too, is to see these teachers, get awarded a grant, and they go online and they talk these companies down to get discounts on things, too. So they're watching the money and making the dollar stretch. But also to hear the teachers talk about receiving a grant 10, 11, 12 years ago, and they're still using those tools. So you think 20 kids in a class over 10 or 12 years, that's touching hundreds of lives just with a $599 grant.
And it would be true to say that this primarily or maybe completely comes from the taste of Wilson County, the money that's used for this.
It does, absolutely. Last year, as Scott was talking offline about, with COVID in 2020 and schools, in and out and virtual, we held a virtual event last year. And I think Lebanon Special School District, we were still able to give $7,000 in grants last year. We only had 44 teachers apply last year, which it was a down year for us, which understandably their mind was somewhere else. But we were able to award all 44 grants last year, and we were proud of that, in a virtual year.
Well, okay, I think it's probably time to remind everybody again that this event that does all of this, makes it all possible, is tonight, West Lawn, Wilson Bank's West Lawn, and going to be out in the open. And there's all kind of participation from the places where we eat, plus all the cooking is going to be done by those in the contest.
That's right. That's exactly right. So, of course, the challenges, the culinary and the grill off, will have judges. So we're very excited about that. For the culinary challenge, actually, our judges are Blaine Bishop, which is a former Tennessee Titan.
Super Bowl strong safety.
Strong safety. Nick Barris, News Channel 5, and Gina Stradley with Sammy B's. So that they will be our judges tonight for the Culinary Challenge. And then we have a secret judge, of course, for the grill off. I couldn't share that. I mean, Scott's right here. We got people listening. So
He may be in their pockets throughout the day.
We have
so
an
we gotta keep
anonymous. We have an anonymous judge.
You don't trust me with that information.
There you go. There you go. We're gonna have you talk about the grill off in a minute. But pie eating contest.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kid Zone.
No, I was just going to remind everybody, you can get tickets at the gate, at the door. If you don't already, of course, you can go to Wilson Bank and get them anytime today, I think. But if you want to wait to the last minute, that's still okay. It's going to be out in the open. And what time's it start?
5:30.
And basically, it's $25 a person. You want a
$25 for
VIP,
adults,
you can pay more. And if you're a teacher, it's less.
At $15 for teachers.
What, under 5 is free?
Under 5, it's free. Ages 6 through 11, it's $8. And again, educators at $15. General admission at $25.
And this is pretty much all you can eat as long as it lasts. You go through the line and all that. True?
True.
Correct.
We have plenty. I'll go over those momentarily. Absolutely.
Let me talk a little bit about the Kid Zone. You know, several years ago, it was an event for marketplace and food vendors, and we had a couple of neat things going on there. But we have a kids corner. I call it Kitty Corner because that's what the bank calls Oktoberfest, Kitty Corner. And we're really excited about that this year. We have bouncy houses there for the kids. We also have a petting zoo. So I don't know, the mayor might not be too excited about, miniature horses running up and down West Main Street this evening, but we have a kids zoo thanks to Tim Edwards and Delane Smith, and we also have a pig coming out as well, but also face painting for the kids. And you know as well as I do, the kids drive the car, so bring your kids out. If the kids want to come, you got to come and support education.
And I haven't checked the forecast, but is the rain going to be out of here by tonight? That's what they're saying. I think.
Is. Yep.
And so it's probably not going to be too warm, maybe not too cold. A nice evening.
Just perfect.
Right.
Just perfect.
We got 4.5 minutes. What else? You got more to say about this, or is anything else you got on the agenda, Melanie?
I always have my folder full. Coleman laughs at me. I have my folder full. Do want to mention the pie eating contest will be a lot of fun tonight. We do have.
Well, wait a minute. What's pie eating contest? Now,
Charlie's donates pies to us, and so you have a certain amount of time to eat an entire pie. So we'll see how that goes.
All right.
And so you can win the pie contest. So if you have a sweet tooth, that's definitely something that you want to try out if you haven't done that before. In our VIP area is Chef Aaron Hudlow with Premier Catering. And then we'll have Double Take Band, and Lane Tomlinson will also be in the VIP area. I do want to thank our sponsors. Certainly could not do all of this without them. Our title sponsor is Wilson Bank and Trust. Our major sponsors are Performance Food Service Nashville, Wilson County Chevrolet Buick GMC Hyundai, Famous Footwear. Our Culinary Challenge sponsor is TriStar Mount Juliet ER. Our Grill Off sponsor is Farm Bureau Insurance West Dugan. Our Kids Valley sponsor is Buckeye Drugs. And our VIP tent sponsor, as we've mentioned, is Cumberland University. And I just want to thank all of our volunteers that will be out today helping us prepare for this event.
do you set a goal, maybe how much money you want to raise, hope to raise? You've done pretty well with this over the years.
We have. I mean, we have an internal goal. We have an internal goal, and I'll tell you, I usually set it, and then Melanie comes back and resets it a couple of $1,000s higher than I do. But just kind of give you a snapshot of what this program has meant over the years. So since 1996, we have awarded over 641 teacher grants in that 25-year run. Coleman, I give you a guess on dollars. How many dollars do you think that equates to over 25 years?
Put me on the spot.
Okay, I'll tell everybody.
Math moves.
So we've given over just a little over $250,000 in that short time period.
$250,000.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, you know, a $599 teacher grant seems small, but in the grand scheme of things, when you're giving out 20 to 25 of them every year, that money adds up quick. So that's why we do this.
Well, Scott, it's nice to see you this morning, and I guess just your endorsement of this has got to help a little bit. It might encourage one or two more people to come out and buy a ticket and eat tonight.
Well, we haven't mentioned this yet. Melanie mentioned the grill off, but I'm a participant. I guess you did mention that earlier. I'm a participant in the grill off, so that's always a fun time. I've done that for many years now, and enjoy doing that and seeing everybody come out. And
well, we don't want you to brag too much, but have you been a winner ever?
I have been a winner. I have been a winner.
So
I probably gloated a little bit.
Expertise when it comes to grilling or cooking.
No official training, but I grill occasionally, yes,
All
and
right.
I always enjoy doing this at the event.
Well, hopefully it's going to be another great occasion and raise a lot more money for these teachers' grants, which, again, it just enhances our education process, and that is good.
Yeah, and I personally got to thank, Scott, Mr. Benson here for their partnership with the Chamber of Commerce over the years. And it's not just Scott and Lebanon Special School District. It's Mr. Luttrell, Wilson County Schools, and Veronica Bender at Friendship Christian, and Mountain Juliet Christian. Those guys, just thank them for their partnership and just ease to work with, because we couldn't get this done if we're all not working together.
Well, Melanie, have we covered everything pretty well this morning?
I think we've done pretty good. I will say there will be 21 food vendors and 19 of the marketplace, and then all the other different activities that we have. We're really excited about our evening.
And it starts at what time?
5:30.
5:30, West Lawn, Wilson Banks West Lawn, right there in the old Castle Heights property, for those of us who've been around a long time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all for being with us this morning.
Coleman.
Scott Benson, good to have you. Kirk Baker, yes.
One last thing, I always do it. I got to say hi to my daughter Aniston and my son Colt that's home listening on the radio. So
You're a good father.
have a good day, kids.
Melanie, thank you for a good program, and we appreciate all you do with the Chamber.
Thank you so much, Coleman.
That's going to do it for a Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow if all goes well, and until then, I wish you a tremendous day.